That's very unusual, you know. So it led me to think and believe that we're definitely entering into a time of what is known as peace and safety, as is prophesied by the Apostle Paul. All right, in First Thessalonians, the fifth chapter, right, and many different precepts that goes into that time where people are going to get caught off guard. So like, all right, the whole world is being put or set up for that time of destruction that they're not going to see coming. Okay, because all of a sudden you're hearing everyone talking about Trump is going to bring peace and he's going to make America great again, and he's going to bring things back to how it should be, and all these different things, right? And we've been saying that for that to happen, it's going to be a tumultuous time. It's going to be very, very violent and very forceful. There will be no mercy. Okay, because the plot is thickening and everything is being set up for that, where he's going to switch up on the people, and the people are going to become the enemy that he's going to be fighting against. Okay, now he appointed a new border czar, Tom Holman, something like that. I think that's his name. And right away, I said, this guy kind of got that Vespasian, spirit on him. Titus or Vespasian could be one of them. He got that kind of spirit on him. If Trump is Nero, this guy's definitely got to be Vespasian or Titus or somebody. Because he got that spirit where he's coming in talking crazy, like very aggressive, very succinct, very unadulterated will to destroy. He got that spirit, and, I believe he was in Congress or something. And, they were grilling him on, oh, so what are you going to do? You're going to separate families and all that. He's just like, separating families? What you mean? There's no need to separate families. They can all go. He's on that type of time where he's like, I'm coming in and I need to instill order. And then we're going to be doing it the right way by law. So whatever it takes, that's what we're going to do. So you could expect that type of, military use upon the people very soon. That's guaranteed. Okay? But also, another thing that's guaranteed that's going to happen, all right, according to biblical prophecy, is famines. Okay, and I actually have an article I was going to go into. But before I do so, I want to read something known as the scorched earth policy. I think I brought this out before. All right, but we're going to read this and then we're going to go into the article because it ties in perfectly. Okay, so something known as the scorched earth policy. Right, it's a military strategy of destroying everything that allows an enemy military force to be able to fight a war. So in this case, you can replace the military force and put enemy in there, right? Because who's the enemy of the state right now? The so-called American people. Whether they tell you or not, whether you believe it or not, that's what's going on. All right. So it says, an enemy. This allows or destroys everything that allows an enemy force to be able to fight a war, including the deprivation and destruction of water. Right. You've been hearing a lot about, oh, the water infrastructure is potentially going to be attacked, and through cyber, and that could mess up. That could mess up the water supplies and so on and so forth, right? You've heard that, okay? It says destruction of water, food, right? That's the next thing, right? Humans, animals, plants, and any kind of tools and infrastructure. Its use is possible by a retreating army to leave nothing of value worth taking, to weaken the attacking force, or by an advancing army to fight against unconventional warfare, right? Because they're going to burn out all the resources, right? Now, when I say they're going to attack the food, they already been attacking the food, all right? Going back to 2021, okay, we start to see a lot of these food processing plants getting burnt out, chicken factories getting cooked, pork getting cooked. They were euthanizing a lot of these animals in the name of some form of outbreak, and they had to stop the outbreak, so they were killing off all these animals, right? You've had this border, um, the dock situation. January is coming up soon, so we're going to see how that's also going to play a role. Remember, typically around the beginning of the year, everything, so-called beginning of the year, right? Everything seems very slow. Everything is dead. You know what I'm saying? So We're gonna see how things pick up this year. Okay, but read a little bit more. It says the scorched earth policy. Read a little variation of it. Is a military strategy that involves destroying anything that could be used by an enemy to fight a war. This can include crops, livestock, buildings, infrastructure, water, and food. The goal is to leave nothing of value behind, weaken the enemy, or punish resistance. You hear that? That's a key. Punish resistance, because that's going to play a huge role in the next few months, because really resistance is going to be the biggest weapon. And those who have faith in Al Shai are going to be the ones to endure to the end. Okay? Other than that, you're going to pass away. They're going to get you with the MOTB, man. You know, it says the scorched earth policy has been used throughout history, including by ancient Rome and Persia. The term entered the English language in 1937 to describe the Second Sino-Japanese War, or Sino-Japanese War, when the Chinese burned crops and leveled cities to hinder the Japanese advance. Uh, and then they give you examples, the Gulf War, which the U.S. was involved in. You have the Russian invasion of Ukraine, so on and so forth. Okay, now this leads me to this. All right, the main dish. Okay, title: Leaked UN footage unveils sinister plan to engineer global famine by 2025. Okay, and of course you have this demon, Antonio Gutierrez face, right, plastered right on it. All right, and the UN said that they're not the only people who said that. Uh, Carl Schwab said that too. He said food and water are privileges, right? They're not human rights. You've heard that before, right? Now, what kind of sick demon are you to come up with some shit like that? When the Lord has created these things as essentials, you come out and said, no, they're not. They're just privileges. Privileges. Privileges? What are they talking about? Well, they're letting you know that we're finna let you know that it is a privilege. We're gonna prove something to you. Okay? Let's read. Lead footage from a recent United Nations Assembly meeting has exposed a monstrous, decades-old scheme to undermine humanity itself, which we've been saying for years, right? Going into the so-called New World Order agenda, right? This plan, hidden in plain sight, has one chilling objective: to manufacture a famine in 2025, which is a few months away, leaving billions hungry, desperate, and ready to be controlled. How are they gonna do that? Via the MOTB. Okay? Toxic clouds, man-made chemical warfare in our skies, and engineered environmental destruction. This is the horrifying future they've been orchestrating while we looked the other way. Okay, and it's funny because yesterday, or was it no Sunday? Was it Sunday? Sunday. There was this weird cloud in the skies. It was smoke. So I asked my brother, I called him. I said, "Yo, this shit is going on your end too?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I kind of noticed." I said, "You kind of noticed? Shit, this is kind of interesting. It's been getting worse throughout the day. You know, and we kind of looked it up to see if there's any reason. Like sometimes they would say, "Oh, there was a fire here," and then cause the skies to get smoky and all that. But we didn't see nothing like that. They were saying something about some type of park that got burned up in Jersey somewhere. And I said, "Damn." And this happened a few hours before, and then all of a sudden the smoke traveled all the way here that quick. That's interesting, right? So who knows? Weather manipulation, weather warfare. They definitely gonna be using that against the people. Because remember, the people are the enemy, like we've been saying, right? So get ready. A time of war indeed. Okay. So it says, the leak footage is a slap in the face to every single person on this planet. It confirms our worst fears, that global elites have, for decades, been quietly masterminding a plan to render us weak, dependent, and vulnerable. The video reveals top UN officials detailing an intricate, sinister strategy, right? Sinister going back to the word sinistre, all right, the left hand, okay? Um, and has been building for years. Every piece has been put into place for one endgame: to cripple us by 2025 through tactics that are so invisible and sinister that few have dared believe it, right? And that's why they do it, because we sound crazy when we bring these things out. That's the point. It's done that way by design. Okay, so that the corrupted mind, all right, the indoctrinated mind can never see it as a problem because it just sounds too crazy to be real. You mean to tell me that there's people in this world that have all that power and they're trying to destroy the earth? Like, ain't nobody trying to do that shit. Yeah, because you don't think that way. You're not meant to think that way. You're just a slave. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't know he's a slave? So you don't even think anything is going on because you're surrounded by, you know, a litany of what is known as perceived options, but they're really not options. Okay, you have a whole bunch of shit. You go to a grocery store, you have things to pick out. You know, you click your TV, you got a whole bunch of channels. So you have this thing of options and freedom. You see, but these are all distractions. These are things that are put in place on purpose for a reason. Okay, when you go into a store, there's something called in marketing called product placement. All right, that's um, when you get to normally when you get to a register, right? You do your shopping and everything. As soon as you get to the cash register area, what do you normally see over there, right? They normally put a whole bunch of candy and a whole bunch of dumbass shit right there, eye level, when you're in line, so you can see it. And typically, when you stand there, you see these things. Your eyes most of the time will look at it. If you're not disciplined enough, you might be like, how much is this shit? It's like, well, 50 cents, dollar. Let me grab one of those. Put it in there real quick. They got you. See, now if you're with a child, okay, a little one, at their eye level, they see that they go and tap you, Daddy, can I get that? You know what I'm saying? That's product placement. They put it right in your face, in eyes view, so you can see it both subconsciously and consciously. It's right in your face. You see, and that's what's going to prompt you to want to do what? To buy it. See, same thing in media, right? All they do is bring an idea or a product into the mind, into the mainstream, and they keep on putting it out there, keep on putting it out there, keep on putting it out there. Eventually, you're gonna bite. See, so that's the process that they've always had. All right, and they're gonna continue that, especially when the MOTB comes out. Okay, whether it's demonizing, those of this faith, this truth. All right, to do something known as dehumanization. Okay, so that they can be justified in whatever they're gonna be doing. All right, to us in this society. All right, which is strip us down of any integrity or human qualities, so that way the masses don't revolt if something happens to us, right? They push this idea of Hamas are terrorists and they're crazy and they're animals, so that when you go out there, you start blowing up the people up. People are like, yeah, that's good because they were doing this, that kind of shit. That's just how they move. That's Esau for you. All right, that's a devil for you. Okay, and they getting ready for some crazy shit in 2025. All right. Let's keep going. It says, this isn't some baseless speculation or unfounded theory. All right. It's the UN itself caught on camera. And people still not going to believe this. All right. People still not, you can show them the evidence to their face. They still not going to believe it. You know when they going to believe it? When the UN troops actually come in and start bashing their fucking heads in. That's when they going to believe it. You know? It says, it says they're laying bare their strategies, fully aware that the consequences will be catastrophic. This footage isn't just a warning, it's an indictment of an elite conspiracy to dismantle human resilience and make humanity ripe for control. Okay? For years, those mysterious white streaks in the sky have been written off as simple vapor trails. Harmless, right? Wrong. According to elite footage, what we see in our skies are bioweapons covertly released, invisible assaults on our health and freedom. They have been engineered with one purpose: to weaken, confuse, and slowly poison the people. These chemical agents infiltrate our bodies without us ever knowing, altering our moods, impairing our mental clarity, and even disrupting physical health. This is no natural phenomenon. This is calculated chemical warfare. And it's not just affecting us as individuals, it's destabilizing entire communities and weakening society at its core. You see, and that's why I said the people are the enemy now. These are military tactics that they use against foreign, military or foreign countries or whatever the case may be. But when they start doing it domestically, when your own government is working with the Pentagon and the Defense Department, what they call Defense Department, which all they do is offensive stuff, right? But they call themselves defense, right? When all they do is invest billions of dollars into high level technology to harm its own citizens, what does that tell you? And you still got people thinking, oh, vote, vote. Hey, what the fuck you niggas talking about, bro? Do you see that regardless of the left or the right, you're still going down the same hole? Don't you understand that? See? And that's why, may Yahweh Shai hasten the judgment. We can't wait, bro, because, people are just hard headed and just stuck in wickedness, man. It's like they're stuck in a wicked gear that they can't shift out of, no matter what. It's like dumb and wicked. You can't be both, nigga, but these people fulfill both. Dumb and wicked. Like, damn. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. That is a very interesting talent to have. You're dumb and you wicked. Shit. You lack the fear of the Lord. Because for you to be dumb, that means you have no wisdom whatsoever. That's you lack fear of the Lord. Or you lack fear of the Lord, Yahweh should be Yahweh Shah. And you wicked. And you wicked. It says every streak in the sky is a direct attack on our health, on our strength, and a slow-acting weapon in a war we never knew was being waged, right? Silent weapons for quiet wars. It says the footage doesn't stop at human health. It uncovers the deliberate contamination of our ecosystem, the weather, right? Weather manipulation, right? Soil degradation and toxic infiltration of our water sources, right? So that's why a lot of these farmers are complaining, because what Esau is doing is that he's putting chemicals in the rain or in the skies, and when it rains, it goes into the ground, and what it does is it messes up with the minerals in the soil. So when you grow organic crops, it doesn't do too well, but the soil is being conditioned or programmed. It's so crazy. The soil is being programmed to only grow GMO crops, if that makes sense. So if you have this, if that rain touches your soil and you try to grow organic crops, it's not going to either grow or not going to grow well at all. But if you put the GMO stuff, it's going to shoot up nice, and you know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing now. Okay? And they're patenting a lot of the seeds and people to grow crops and all that. Where you going to get your seeds and all that? It's all patented and GMO'd anyway by these devils, right? So you don't really, there's a very small wiggle room for people to actually live some form of so-called healthy life in this society. And that's all done by design. Okay? These are all things that's happening in these end times to reveal who the man of sin really is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't Japheth, all right? It's none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, those who have the power, and what they do with it, destroying. That's what they do with it, okay? It's all manufactured chaos and destruction. If you can't see it, you're going to be a part of it. Maybe then you see it, all right? So continue, it says, this isn't collateral damage, it's calculated destruction, a direct assault on the foundations of life itself, okay? By targeting the environment, these elites are crippling the planet's ability to sustain us. Crops fail, water sources are tainted, and biodiversity crumbles under a chemical assault designed to suffocate life on Earth. This is more than just ecological sabotage. It's the groundwork for a global catastrophe. An engineered environmental apocalypse isn't a far-off dystopian nightmare. It's their strategy, here and now, a prelude to the horror planned for 2025. She. And then it says, here's where it gets even darker. The footage reveals that these clouds, quote, are not clouds at all. They're man-made, engineered agents of death designed specifically to starve us. The UN plan involves releasing these artificial clouds to interfere with global weather systems, triggering droughts, unseasonable frosts, and deadly conditions of agriculture. Okay? They've perfected the tools to make food scarce, to wither crops before they can grow, and to manufacture conditions that will spark a famine. That's why that devil, Noah Harari, all right, Yuval Noah Harari, the next man in charge of the WEF after Klaus Schwab in 2025. He said, "Oh, we have the power to make it rain and so on and so forth. We can make God as angry as we like. We don't care." That's what he said. That's what he said. All right. So what else do you need to know? So people, do you people watch these videos? Do you see? Do you hear these things going on? Do you hear these people claiming to be gods on this earth, fulfilling biblical prophecy as them being the Edomites? Do you see all these things? Because all these people coming up and every day is some new shit. Oh, we shouldn't be mad at them. You know, they are Esau, but we're not supposed to hate them. Oh, we're not supposed. When they hate the Heavenly Father this much, what do you think they're going to feel about the Heavenly Father's sons and daughters, His children? What kind of plans do you think they have, all right, in the very near future to come after you, to piss off the Most High even more? Because the scripture says, "He that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of his eye." And if they claim to be the Most High, and they saying, "Well, we can make the Most High as angry as we like, we don't care," what do you think they're going to do next? They're destroying the whole earth. Who's next that they're going to come after? The people of the Lord. So if you can't put two and two together, well, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Oh man, people have no idea. It says, not a natural disaster, but a coordinated attack, one that will collapse the entire food supply. Right? Klaus Schwab said it. Okay, cyber attack, comprehensive cyber attack. Right? It says, leaving entire populations to fight for crumbs. The aim to turn the very air we breathe into an agent of death and control, a noose around the neck of humanity as we're driven into the nightmare of 2025. Starvation is the oldest, cruelest weapon in the book, and now it's being used on a global scale. The footage outlines how the UN will leverage this manufactured famine to its fullest, breaking the spirit of resistance of humanity and forcing billions into submission. Hungry people are desperate people willing to do anything for survival, even if it means sacrificing freedoms and dignity. Let's debate. Let's read how they gonna get you. All right, Revelation 13. Hey, it's coming into the frame. It's coming into the frame. All right, and we, those of us who know, we're paying attention because we're waiting for that foot in the door. We're waiting for that foot in the door. Remember, Apostle always says, right now they at the door. They got the key in the door, right? And they flick it. They twist it. You know, sometimes you put the key and then you twist, and then you be like, it's a wrong key. And then you take it and they put another key. They got the master keys. They just try to wait for that master key for this specific lock, right? You know, so they got the foot in the house. They come into the room that everyone is in. And that's when the MOTB. So everything is being, shrunk down, if you will. You know, we checked in this room, did not hit. We checked in that room, did not hit. And every room that's checked is more draconian and more technological advancements that's being done. Right? Every room that's checked is an empty room, but it's a step closer to where you at. You see? So now they know, okay, there's only one room left. They're all there. They're in this room. Let's try to get that master key in there. So right now, everyone is behind that door, and you're seeing the hinges. They're shaking. But somebody's behind that door. You know, they're shaking it. Let's check this key. So now they're trying the different keys. All right, in order for them to break, the people to break. Right. Let's see. It says, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Right. This is when they come into houses and, you know, they've checked all the rooms. Right. They're causing, right, checking all the rooms, and they've made sure everyone is in one room. Right. Free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. The word receive, okay, is the Greek word idomai. Okay, idomai, and that means to what? To give permission or to grant for something to be administered onto you. Okay, so once they get into that room, it's a flood. The military comes in, and then now it's okay. What are you gonna do? You gotta face this shit head on. What are you gonna do? Okay, so the noose that's being tied around your neck is all part of that causeth, right? The manufacturing of all these events that culminates to one specific outcome. There's no other way around this but this. And that's the MOTB. Okay, whether they know it or not, which they know what they're doing, right? But the people who don't know, that's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. But it's still coming. Okay, it's still coming. All right. So it says even if it means sacrificing freedoms and dignity. All right. So let's actually go into that word. Let's read a little bit of what they say. All right. Receive. All right. You're sacrificing your freedoms and what dignity. Right. Let's read. Idomai in the Greek for the word receive. All right. To give something to someone of one's own accord, to give one something to his advantage. See? So it's going to be at your disadvantage, but to their advantage. All right? It's all going to be, disguised as, something that's actually beneficial for you. See? It says to reach out, right? You're going to reach out that hand. You're going to reach that hand out, to extend, to present them hands and foreheads. It says to give over to one's care, entrust, and commit. It says something to be administered, right? Something to be administered. Okay? It says to give or commit to someone something to be religiously observed. So they go and worship this thing. Okay? There's device here. It says to give what is due or obligatory, to pay wages or reward. So what's that? That buying and selling. That's what's going to be used for that. That's see it. Okay? The biometric identity and the radio frequency and so on. That's what is coming. Okay. It says to give one to someone at his own or as his own. All right, your identity, your digital identity as his own. Okay, and also them stamping that ownership on you, because once you get that mark, all right, it's a sign of ownership that they have over you. Okay, so that's also part of it, right? So continue. It says, imagine a world where food is a tool of oppression, where entire populations are forced into compliance to get their next meal. This famine isn't just about hunger, it's a calculated strategy to dismantle human autonomy. Through hunger, they will tighten their grip on every aspect of our lives, dictating who eats, who survives, and who is deemed expendable in their monstrous game. You see that? They're going to use hunger. We did videos on this before. How because Jacob got the birthright via Esau's hunger and impatience, right? Oh, I'm at the point of death. Oh, I will die for this. Give me that. He said, let me get that birthright first. He said, man, what the hell's a birthright to me if I'm dead? Take that shit. Give me the food. See? So the same thing, they want to do that reverse psychology to Jacob now. We take the food away, and then now it's like, oh, now you're hungry. Well, let me get that birthright back. Give me that. Give me them hands and foreheads. Let me put that seed in you. All right, and then you can get some food. But the elect gonna resist against all this shit. Okay, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect, but it is not possible. Okay, it is not possible. All right. So yeah, man, I just want to bring that out real quick. There's a whole lot more in the article, but the point is made, right? That with tactics like the scorched earth policy, and I guess the modernized variation of the scorched earth policy is what they're doing now. Okay, destroying food processing plants and jacking up prices and getting people sick, all kinds of different things just to weaken the population so they don't resist too much, right? Because they know that they have but a short time. Okay, so yeah, man, set people up for a whole bunch of shit, diseases, chaos, hunger, and ultimately dependence. Okay, that's what's going to happen, and then they're going to get the people. All right, so yeah, man, keep your eyes open, right? Keep your ears open, and keep watching that door. All right, the keys, they're still looking for the right key to open that lock, and once they do, it's game on. All right, it's game on. So yeah, every day you hear the keys jingle. Every day you're seeing that the hinges moving. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Every day they're trying to click. They change. Every day is something new. All right, so keep an eye out and watch. How should I say that? Watch as well as pray. Anyway, I believe if they're low, and you're edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Chakadash, the water Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom.